Well, hello, VC. Good to see you. Where you been? Oh yeah, you've been there. It's me. I haven't been here. Yeah, been getting a few emails. What happened, Rockin' Ronnie? Where'd you go? Well, I haven't been buying any records domestically. Hadn't bought anything from Music Direct. I looked on there a few times, and I was tempted to buy a few things, but I just never did it. But I do have some records. Some of these records I bought out of Germany a while back. And then I did buy some kind of like grail type records out of Japan. I bought a few just recently. So I'll share that with you. And this new picture here is, I got this on Father's Day from my wonderful wife. It says rock and roll on it. And what I'm thinking of doing is going to Hobby Lobby and get some letters that look just like this. And then I can put Rock and Ronnie on the side here. Maybe. We'll see how that works out. Okay, so what do we got today? We've got some records here. Now this first one is called Chimera by Duncan Mackay. And now this thing is was originally a Vertigo swirl. It was released in '74, so I'm not quite sure if it was a swirl when it was released or not, because 74, 72 was right on about the last ones that were pressed on swirl. But some of these countries like Italy and maybe South Africa, they were still using that swirl label. It's like you can still get a lot of swirls out of Hong Kong, modern type records. But this is a reissue. Originally was released in South Africa on the swirl, and now it's been reissued in Greece on Missing Vinyl, it's called. And this is a great record here. This, if you're not really sure what it is, you're listening to it. If you don't know what it is, you think, hey, that's Emerson, Lake and Palmer on there. Is that guy in the keyboards here? Yeah, he's just as good as Keith Emerson. That's how good this stuff is. But if you listen to it long enough, you go, hey, where's the guitar playing? Yeah, there's no guitar. It's just the drums and a lot of keyboards. He does, the synthesizers. He does all that stuff. And the sound on it is really good sound on it. So it's a big gatefold record. Of course, I haven't ripped all that shrink off of it. I still got it in the shrink, cut open. But yeah, really, really good record right there. Really like it. Now this record here, these guys are from Russia. This is a Russian band. Well, you can hardly call it a band. It's the lead singer plays guitar, and the girl's a drummer. Yeah, it's called, see what it says, it's right on here, we'll open it up. The Crawls. And this is on a label out of Germany, Nasani, and I got the one on the limited 300 colored vinyl one. But you know what? These guys are pretty good. They're like a blues band. The guy plays the guitar, she does the drumming, he does the singing. Yeah, he sings. Got a bit of that Ruski accent in there, which is kind of cool. I like it. The Crawls. Yeah, got some really good songs on here. Check it out. Now we've got a band called Hypnosis 69. Hypnosis 69. Yeah, that's pretty cool cover art. You don't get records like that all the time. It's a double record. It's recorded in Belgium, and it was made in Germany, pressed in Germany on Electro Hash Records. And it's kind of like some of those what they call electronic jams or guitar jams kind of record. But what I really like about this one, and there's not really any singing on it. It's just a lot of instrumental jams, what you kind of call that music. Really good guitar playing, but for me it's got the saxophones in there. It's got the one record is primarily just like a lot of guitar work. Then the other one, there's the same guy that plays the guitar plays the saxophone, because when the saxophone's being played you don't hear the guitar. So one LP's got mostly all guitar, And then the other one's got a lot, and it's not all, you know, saxophone, but there's a lot of saxophone and a lot of guitar in the other one. So that's what put it over there for me, the flute and the guitar and the saxophone and all that. There's another band from Russia, the Restoned. And again, this is an instrumental jams kind of a record. They don't do any singing on here. But I remember they might. I haven't played it. And it's kind of a red vinyl with a bit of a black in it. I don't know if it shows up on the camera or not, if you can see it or not. But yeah, pretty good. No, this is a really good record right here. The guy can really play the guitar. And they really do the long extended guitar solos. As with, like on Hypnosis 69, they do the same thing. They have the long extended guitar solos on there. And they do the same thing here. And they're really good. Really good guitar solos for a long time. Hey, that's my kind of stuff. I really like this record. It's really good. And then we have this record here. This band here is out of Germany. And they're called, it's from 2014, Dunst. And it's the same thing, kind of like Cosmic Jams, but they're more, most of the record is kind of like a rhythm, kind of a jam. And then they'll, once in a while, they'll break into the lead guitar comes in. But it's kind of that heavy, I would say heavy metal, but that's a really hard kind of a guitar breaks into it. It's just not kind of a regular guitar jam, and they really get that kind of heavy metal, I would say, kind of guitar breaks in there. So I don't like this as much, but it's still good because there's a lot of that good kind of just rhythmic stuff going on, and it's good music. Yeah, that's okay. Now this one's called Uncle Brian. Again, out of Germany, on the Nasani label. And again, of course, it's going to have some kind of, splatter vinyl or something going on with the record. So this one, kind of cool. I like the deal. It looks good. Now the thing with the record was, it's one of them deals where I just listened to the one song and I said, "Wow, that's I'm going to buy it." It reminded me of something back from like 69, 71. That fuzz guitar. It had some flute in it. All kinds of really good, and long, good guitar solo. So I said, "Oh, I got to get that. That's a great record." Why have I never heard of it before? How did I miss that one? Well, the way I missed it is because it's from 96. So it's a fairly new record, of course. And then that one song on there is the best one, of course. And they do some other things that are pretty cool. It's got saxophone. Let me go back in here and tell you what it's got. It's got guitar, drums, of course, Hammond organ. It's got tenor sax, soprano sax, mini moog. Yeah, and that could really good guitar work that I like on there. So that's pretty good. And now we get into this record here. It's hard to pronounce it from that. I want to get this out here. Yeah, here it is. Cindle Figan. This is a folk rock. And this record here now, from 73, OG Pig, is the name of the LP. This band here, this is a good record, and they didn't hardly make anything in 73, so it's a really rare record. So there's another band that they reissued it from Greece. If you look at the label, you can even see it's some kind of Greek. It's hard to pronounce. And it's ANAZITISI Records. But really good folk rock. The guys can really play the guitar. They're really excellent guitarists. That's why I got the record. And it's got some flute in it, of course. and it's got a lot of these little bells, like when they're playing the guitar and they're hitting on the certain chords. Every time they hit that chord or that rip, he'll hit that little bell, ding, you know. So, and the little different bells that go through there. So I like that, and it's kind of goes through. Most of their songs have that. It's kind of like their signature. That little bells are always kind of chiming in there when they hit in major. So that's it's a good record. Now, of course, Supertramp, Crisis What Crisis. I bought this because the one I had before was on the half-speed master, and I haven't played it for a long time. I've had that record for a long time, and when I went to play it, and it wasn't in the shrink, it was just sitting in, you know, a regular thing like this. And when I went to put it on the turntable, yeah, it's doing this deal. So I need another one. So when I was looking through some of these records here that I wanted to buy out of Japan, I picked this up because it was about the same price as the ones you see on eBay. It was pretty good because I've been looking on eBay and they're hard to find for a decent price. Of course, after I bought this, now I went on eBay and there's all kinds of different stuff. But you know, when you look, when you're ready to buy, there's nothing there. Then after you buy something, you find a bunch of them. You know, we've been through that before. Okay, so the next thing is Ted Nugent and Boy Duke's Call of the Wild. Now this one is from '72, and it comes on the discreet label. And this is the one I had before. I had this one, and it's, you know, on the white label promo out of Japan. And it's what Japan does, what they do, they put a little sticker up there called sample. That's their white label promo. You know what we do in this country, they put a stamp on there. They stamp it in, kind of usually gold lettering sample. That's what the Japanese do for their samples, for their promos. And I had this, and again, when I was buying some of these other records here, as you can see, something like this is going to be a little pricey. So when I ran across this, it was only like $14 or something. So I said, well, no, I'm going to pick that up because I like this record. It's got a lot of good songs on it, you know, that I remember back in the day. But I never really did like the sound of it. It's kind of like, sounds like a CD kind of. You know, there's obviously it's not a CD, but it's just the way it's made. It's kind of it's a thin type of sound, and it's kind of hard on the ears, irritating on the high end. So they're both about the same. They both sound about the same. So that's what happened with that deal. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the press because I'm never going to get through all this stuff in the next 5 minutes. So I'm going to stop. We'll have a 15-minute video, and then I'll make probably another 15-minute video. I'll have 2 today.